Game 2 is going to be... Oh, I missed that one. So we're going to have Sky Temple as the first map.
So that means it's going to be Cursed Hollow. Cursed Hollow is second.
And Game 1 is going to be on Sky Temple.
Yeah, there we go. So I'll just make sure Yellow Flash knows that. Oh, Dragonshire, sorry, not Cursed Hollow, Dragonshire, my bad.
Sorry, Dragonshire, yep.
There we go. My bad. We did forget to see this. So we're going to get the first ban out here for PoorLifeChoices. You guys can see the draft. Excellent. Just making sure. And Uther is first banned. I mean, pretty typical. It means that PoorLifeChoices are able to pick up the probably Leoric first pick, as Polando boys will likely ban out the Zeratul as they do. There's a small bit of lag from heroesdraft.com, but nothing to worry about there. You'll see it change, and then you'll see the hero pick come in the end.
So that Leoric has the first pick, as expected. Polando boys is likely to respond with a Johanna and possibly a Jaina.
I mean, yeah, Johanna... I mean, we might even see them pick up the support that they want and then ban out the other one of the top three.
Yeah, no, that could
It'd be unlikely for Polando boys to not pick up Johanna here. As they... I mean, we saw Polando boys use a Johanna Leoric Asmodean combo on Blackheart's Bay. Not the best for the size of the Sky Temple map, but obviously they don't want to give up that kind of opportunity to PoorLifeChoices.
Yeah. So we do see that Johanna locked in now, and the time trickles away as they do decide what to pick up on that second pick. Quite a few options open for them. What's more a question of what they want to deny PoorLifeChoices. You did mention about the choice of support, but we did see PoorLifeChoices play that Brightwing. So I don't know if you can predict what they're actually going to do
whether
here.
You can class it as having the three mains since they won with a Brightwing pick. Zagara going to be chosen. She's just very solid, very consistent.
Yeah, as we've said each time, I think she's been played in most of the games we've done tonight. Solid pickup, deals a lot with her abilities, deals a lot with her right click, and the solid ultimate to help out with team fights. Just an all-round, very top pick right now.
Yeah, PoorLifeChoices having one with that Brightwing, it means that they have kind of a broader support pick, and we're going to get a Sonya Sylvanas. Wow. Okay, now Sonya's been seeing a lot more play recently. She's very strong, but she normally needs that Uther or maybe even a Rhaegar. If Polando Boys doesn't ban out Rhaegar here, they get maybe first pick after this ban phase, so...
They could be looking to pick it up themselves and stopping that. I mean, Sonya often also seen at the moment as a counter pick to Leoric, so perhaps PoorLifeChoices choosing to take the Sonya in order to stop Polando Boys from having that. Sonya can also build quite a melee damage build. So we could see a triple tank comp coming out of PoorLifeChoices here with Leoric, Sonya, and if he's still open after the bans and after the double pick from Polando Boys, a Muradin pickup to round off their triple tank.
Yeah, I think I am lagging a bit. I just got the Rhaegar ban out here for Polando Boys.
So the Rhaegar ban, I haven't seen what PoorLifeChoices have banned yet. It's not shown up on my side either, so that is Heroes Draft.
Okay, well, I am going to have to mute my microphone for a little bit, so you keep going with the draft, and I will be back on in a minute.
So a Karazim ban from PoorLifeChoices there. So 2 supports being taken out of the pool in that ban phase along with Youth, and neither team having picked one up yet. Sort of forces Polando Boys to pick up a support in this double pick here. We will see what they do though. Okay. Just waiting on, digging into that time. So the Jaina, I apologise, I'm just grabbing a drink myself as it goes on there. So the Jaina being picked up from Polando Boys, I did expect to see that a bit earlier. Jaina, a very strong all-round assassin at the moment, brings a bit of utility with her slows and later on her roots. Not quite as much consistent damage as Kel'Thas, but a lot of burst, and the Malfurion locked in there. So we do see Polando Boys locking in the support there. So they've still got that vast option open as to what they want. And as it moves over to Poor Life Choices, they still have that Muradin open if they want to round out to a triple tank comp. If not, then they're probably wanting to pick up some damage here and a support to round off their comp.
Again, I'm back. Sorry about that. I had to move my whole setup to a different room. So we're fine. The stream was undisrupted. Well done. Yeah, the Karazhan ban, interesting.
Yeah, interesting to see. I mean, the Rhaegar being taken out and then Karazhan, it feels like they were taking more supports out of the pool. But not
I'm so happy about this.
Oh, the Brightwing Hammer is back in. We get to cast the game. Oh, no, I don't get to cast the game. You get to cast the game and I get to watch.
But, I mean, hell, this is interesting. I mean, Poor Life Choices banging out Karazhan, forcing Polando boys to basically take Malfurion as Uther and Rhaegar were already banned out. Which means that they know they're not going to get Malfurion. And that leaves them with Lily and Brightwing. We know that they liked Brightwing because that's what they picked on Curse Hollow against Tryhard. Got their name, Tryhard Throwhard.
Yeah, definitely. They may have picked it earlier in the tournament as well. We didn't get to see what they were doing there, so it could be this is their mainstay comp of backing up the Brightwing Hammer and the Sylvanas. Yeah, I think Polando boys are left thrown a little bit, letting their time tick down before they do lock in the Reyna. So an all-round strong 3-ranged assassins, a Malfurion range support, and that Johanna to tank all damage in the front line.
Yeah,
Meanwhile,
it's quite a squishy backline with the Jaina and the Zagara. They don't have escapes, and they don't have the biggest health pool. Reyna obviously has his Adrenaline Rush, which can keep him alive quite a lot. But it's going to be really down to Johanna to land the Condemns and the Blessed Shields just right for Polando boys to keep the damage off their back lines. And, I mean, Poor Life Choices have a lot of damage. They have the Sergeant Hammer, that super long range. Sonya with her potentially leap, most likely Wrath of the Berserker, and just able to Ancient Spear herself wherever she needs to be. Brightwing jump on top of her and keep her alive. So I'm really excited to see this.
Sky Temple, not a map that allows you to zone out your opponents all of the time. Yes, it's a larger map, but with those 3 objectives, you're fighting around the circles quite a lot, and it makes it harder to keep your backline in check and stop the enemy from just getting on you.
Now, something I was going to note during the draft is the fact that Brightwing is actually a decent healer for this map, because she can soak the lane as long as she needs to, and then jump in to give her team a slight experience boost, but on top of that, she doesn't use any of her mana to heal, so she has the longer sustain compared to Malfurion. So now we're just getting into the game. I'm going to change the screen so you guys can see this. Oh, you can? Excellent. I've already done it. I'm an amazing person. I forgot about that.
Yeah, that's how I was able to see your gold.
Oh, yeah. Forgot. Ugh. I need to...
Rory Burns. Yes.
Save up more.
That you've seen, if you've got a team... do enter next week. We are running these tournaments weekly. There's €25 on the line. Sign up at esportswall.com or battlefly.com/esports-wall. We also run League of Legends, Rocket League, Hearthstone, and I forget the last one. I always do.
Rocket League, Hearthstone, League of Legends, and Heroes of the Storm. That's all of them, isn't it?
That's it. That's all 4, yeah. We only run 4 days a week. We have Fridays, Saturdays, and Sundays off. Yay! Anyway, now that's over. I'm going to hand you over to Stefan, who's going to solo cast this because we have our Polish guys on the other Polish stream also listening in. Team Polando taking out our Kings in Wondercall. And they're in the finals to see if they can claim that crown for themselves. So, over to you, Stephanie.
So, right now, we are going to have, on this best of 3 finals, Poor Life Choices in blue versus Polando boys in red. We have a pony going to be playing a tank. Sergeant Hammer Starzerg is going to be playing Sonya, Yellow Flash team captain on the Leoric. We're going to have Saber played by that Sylvanas and Greenout on the Brightwing with the toothless skin colorization. Zadoon is going to be playing, meanwhile, for Polando boys, that Johanna he's been playing a lot. Prizzy Blees on his Reyna, which he seems to be favouring. Doctor, the support player, playing Malfurion, and Zrako Waney, the team captain, or Zrako Waney, It is Zrokawani on that Jaina. Lastly, Crease 94 playing Zagara down in the bottom lane. Now, right now we have Hammer and Sonya protecting the Hammer in the top lane, soaking the experience. We have a Leoric solo mid and a Brightwing Sylvanas pushing bottom. So an interesting lane split up here for PoorLifeChoices. Love to see the Brightwing. We're going to get Hyper Shift as the level 1 talent out from the Brightwing. Other unusual pickups being the Hammer. We've got Ambush, which is stealth whilst you're in siege mode. And Warpaint, basic attacks heal you for 30% of the damage, so lots and lots of self-healing coming out of the Sonya. Every other pick is quite standard, so I'm not going to cover those talents. Already a slight experience advantage for PoorLifeChoices, but I think it's just because of the creep equilibrium being taken out here by the Johanna. Temples spawning, as always, it's the first 2 temples that spawn at the 1 minute 30 mark is when they finish spawning. 1 minute 15 is when they start to spawn. Going to be in the middle and the top. The second set of temples spawning is only going to be that solo on bottom. Both of them being held by Polando boys right now. With the Sonya plus the Leoric coming in and harassing the Johanna off, doing about half a health worth of damage very, very quickly in order to take this middle shrine. This middle temple, rather. Hammer doing her best to defend against the push that's happening kind of predictably with this top temple being taken by Polando boys. Meanwhile, Brightwing and Sylvanas are still just pushing bottom. Zagara doing her best to soak and counter push this, but whilst this is not normally a favourable matchup for the Sylvanas, with the Brightwing here, she's gonna be dominating this a lot harder, as we can see from the amount of tower damage done and the ammo taken off already. Temples have fully finished up at roughly the amount of time they need to, which means this bottom temple is going to spawn this next wave at roughly the 4 minute mark. A little bit after that, probably about 4 minutes 10 seconds. So what we see a lot of teams doing, we're going to have actually first blood up in the top lane. Aponi and Starzerg, that Hammer Sonya combo, the ancient spear stuns, killing the Reyna. Meanwhile, in the bottom lane, the Sylvanas poison with Envenom, I believe she took again. Yes, going to kill out the Zagara. Follow-up kill on the Sylvanas, but the Jaina's also going to die. A lot of action happening really quickly. Only managed to catch 2 of those kills, so I apologise about that. Meanwhile, the Sergeant Hammer doing a lot of push with the Sonya in top lane, already taking out half that wall despite having lost the full temple there. Reyna doing what he can to soak. Leoric and Johanna just kind of doing tank things together. Brightwing might get caught out here. Grizzly Blee not able to get in front of the Brightwing to knock him back. Green out, going to be okay, just able to walk away there. Might see the Brightwing Hearthstone back, get full mana, and Zed back onto her team. But this is what we see coming out from a lot of teams who kind of know the map very well. The hard camp being taken close to the 4 minute mark. As you see, actually Starzerg's not going to take this straight away. Going to wait a couple seconds, take this in a little bit later, because that means when this bottom temple spawns in about 15 seconds, 10 seconds now, this top lane is going to push. Both hard camps taken, so it's kind of whoever clears up this hard camp quicker. And the Sergeant Hammer's in a rough spot here. This hard camp's going to be cleaned up very, very quickly for the side of Polando boys. PoorLifeChoices. Aponi's going to stay up here and clear out this hard camp as best he can, but this bottom temple spawning whilst most of PoorLifeChoices are already down this bottom lane. Green Out's taking a lot of damage on that Brightwing, but they're clearing out the Zagara keep the vision. That's actually the full wall taken out really early on with that Sylvanas Brightwing push. Meanwhile, Starzerg on that Sonya taken very, very low by the Jaina slows and the Blizzard. Going to get caught out by the Condemn from the Johanna. She's going to fall, so 3 for 2 kills in favour of PoorLifeChoices right now, and they're putting up a really good fight. They're going to lose this bottom temple for now, and it looks like they're just giving it up. They have an experience advantage of about half a level, and what they're doing is they're just going and soaking the lanes. And that's it. Saber looks like she's going to get caught out here, maybe a little bit by the Jaina, but a really good haunting wave over the walls to escape. Gonna lose. PoorLifeChoices going to lose this full temple bottom, but because they've been soaking every lane, they're actually at a huge experience advantage, and they're going to get level 10 at least 10-15 seconds before their opponents. This is really good. Johanna here going to able to get the last couple shots and might end up falling for this. Going to have the root come out here from the Mafia, and fantastic here. Condemn actually keep the Leoric catch up with the Drain Hope on the Johanna. That's why she's lost so much health. Sobot on that. Sylvanas is going to be chasing. Meanwhile, we're going to have the Jaina fall to the hammer. A pony's also going to get picked up by Reyna, and the Johanna's going to fall with that massively long chase by PoorLifeChoices on Polando Boys. Polando Boys actually at a disadvantage this map. Ultimates coming out here now. Let's see if I can't get them up. There we go. Have the ultimates for both teams up on the sides, and all the talents. You can see whilst we have a small break, a lot of action in this game so far, even though there's not been a huge amount of kills. 8 kills at this 6-minute mark, and the boss is going to be taken really early here for PoorLifeChoices, but a huge devouring maw coming out of Zagara, locking out the Sonya and the Leoric. Never's going to get cleaned up, and that was all that was needed. Polando Boys really showing their map presence, knowing that they were taking that boss. They came in the fantastic Zagara maw to lock them out, clean out the heroes that they locked down with it, and it's going to equal up the kills and actually put Polando Boys at an experience advantage with this bottom fort. So, very typical ultimates coming out here for everyone. We're going to get the Hyperion instead of Reyna's Raiders coming out of the Reyna, and Water Elemental instead of Circle of Frost. Those are the two kind of contended ones. Wrath of the Berserker, as predicted, for the Sonya, who has gone with Focus Attack and Follow Through for those who want to know the build. We'll quickly look at the damage charts as Polando Boys, in this first game, best of 3 Grand Finals, the Esports War Amateur Open, are going to move up and take this top fort. And the third set of temples are going to spawn. It's going to be top and bottom. We're probably going to see PoorLifeChoices take this bottom temple because they're already here, but in fact, Polando Boys are setting up in a position where the hammer's actually going to cut out Malfurion route. Fantastic route there by the Malfurion. It's judged the hammer trying to Z away, and hammer's going to fall, and that means with the Sergeant Hammer dead, PoorLifeChoices cannot contest this bottom temple. In fact, the Sonya is also going to get picked up. That means PoorLifeChoices is going to have to try and take this top temple. Whilst Polando Boys have a really strong suit here. It doesn't matter which temple they take, because both of them are going to be firing at this middle fort. However, it really hurts PoorLifeChoices that they couldn't attack this bottom temple, because that definitely would have fallen to a single temple. This top fort's also going to fall to a single temple, but I think they wanted to get that bottom push a little bit harder. This hard camp going to be taken by both teams again at about the same time. They both kind of know what they're doing here. And level 13, almost 14 out. Double ice block here for Jaina and Malfurion. Going to get Mutalisk instead of upgraded Hydralisks. Second charge and the Burning Rage. A very typical build out for all of Team Polando Boys. Now Leoric harassing the Johanna here. Actually not got the rest of this temple. Leoric needs to stay on this to capture the rest of it. But the Hyperion's going to come down and cover this huge area, and the Leoric is going to have to back out, and that means they're going to sacrifice, most likely, the last couple charges of this temple to Polando Boys as we get a good disengage come out of PoorLifeChoices. Meanwhile, we're going to have a chase going on. The Sonya's coming in, but a great devouring maw to lock her down. That's a lot of the damage out from PoorLifeChoices. Meanwhile, the Leoric and the Sylvanas get cleaned up very quickly. That March of the Black King doing its best to keep Yellow Flash alive, but he is going to fall. Sonya, a pony, and the Sergeant Hammer played by a pony, and the Brightwing just going to have to back out as best they can. We do get the Hyper Shift plus the Phase Shield coming out of green out here. Interestingly, Unstable Anomaly, which is extra damage on the Polymorph from Brightwing, instead of what we typically see, which is either Peekaboo against stealth opponents or on maps where vision is very important. But the most typical talent to take is the heal over time that your trait gives if it's done to a target with Pixie Dust applied. I've forgotten what it's called, what that talent is called, but that's the effect. It applies a heal over time to anybody affected by your trait over the next 4 seconds, which is the cooldown of the trait, interestingly enough. So for anybody who's affected by the trait, it ups Brightwing's healing potential a huge amount. A little bit worried about Yellow Flash's positioning here, taking out this siege camp, but as we can see, all of Polando Boys are rotating to come and take him, and he doesn't have as much as the Black King up to get out of here. He's just going to fall. There is nothing he can do at that point. Really good rotation out from Polando Boys. PoorLifeChoices making a couple PoorLifeChoices as far as their positioning goes. Brightwing going to take Shield Dust at 13 and most likely Bouncing Dust at level 16. Or if not Bouncing Dust, then Critterize. 16 is already out for Polando Boys though. We're going to get Numbing Blast, Tenacious Roots, extra Hunter Killers, very typical. First penetrating round stuns, that's exactly what you expect to see, and Imposing Presence coming out. And I believe this is the fourth or fifth round of Temple Spawn. It's going to be a solo bottom against. It's going to be high contention for both teams. And I think if PoorLifeChoices do not win a fight here, they're going to be in a really, really bad spot. We have a party bush out here from Polando. 3 heroes, the Reyna, Jaina, and I forget which one that is. The Johanna, actually, they're setting up a gank, and the Sonya's going to get caught out here. She's going to get stunned, pushed out, and stunned again. That's going to be a dead Sonya whilst the Brightwing is up in top lane. No way to save her. And PoorLifeChoices is going to have to sacrifice this temple. I think Zagara's able to solo it, but in fact, they're ignoring it, just going for boss. You can take this boss, and then whilst the boss is pushing, you have 1 or 2 heroes take this bottom temple, and that means this keep is guaranteed to fall, potentially even rotate and get up the mid keep. But look at this, PoorLifeChoices making a really solid choice here and actually just pushing mid lane. It means that they're forcing their opponents to react to them. However, being 4v5, they're at a bit of a disadvantage. Yellow Flash doing what he can to zone out here, getting in front of the enemy team, but the Sylvanas is going to get picked off, and now the best they can hope for is all 3 of their remaining members to get out here alive. Green Out is going to use his phase shift to go onto the Sonya whilst they deal with this boss. The Auric isn't going to get cleaned up as he's going to be able to just Wraith Walk his way down here and try and take a couple shots of this temple by the looks of things. And Sergeant Hammer, a pony there, scouting out to see if Polando Boys are doing their hard camp. And they're going to go and do their hard camp, but the Auric is potentially going to die here to the Reyna. Plus the Zagara taking a lot of damage, trying to Wraith Walk, didn't quite duke it out right and is going to end up falling. Bit of a misstep from him coming down. He got a couple shots, so it's not the end of the world, but also having your Leoric dead again is not great. He's had 4 deaths already this game. Pony taking out the hard camp here. Nobody can, he might end up falling. No, okay. Meanwhile, we've got most of the rest of the camps, a full red map here, bar this hard camp, these bruisers, on the side of Polando. I see the guys done Alright, doing what he can, but it's not quite enough. Sonya's not been able to do anything this game. This is why Sonya's not normally picked up unless she has an Uther to back her up, because with the Divine Shield she can do what she needs to, but without it, she's just getting focused and killed and picked off all the time. Level 16 talents coming out for PoorLifeChoices now. As we actually see, I want to point this out here, they waited to capture their siege camps until this siege camp had spawned, so that they can have these 4 siege giants pushing bottom. Yellow Flash is going to have to go and try and clear that up. Whilst the rest of Polando Boys just push mid. They've already taken the keep down bottom, so there's no reason to push bottom with the giants. And they're just going to put on some pressure, push out this lane, and potentially do some damage to the core. Knowing there's a full-on defense here of 5 heroes, they just back off. Polando Boys playing tactically, playing smart, going to defend up against this hard camp, which will probably take this town. Oh no, ended up not going to. And yeah, not giving their opponents any chance of taking anything back. Level 16 talents, we're going to get Greater Polymorph, which isn't Critterized, which is the second most common choice to Bouncing Dust come out here. So interesting choice there. Stone Skin from Sonya, she might be able to survive there a little bit longer. Cold Embrace from the Sylvanas, graduating range instead of mobile, and a new Skeleton Swing, which means there's going to be a huge fight coming out here. Sorry to talk about the talents there. Malfurion's going to fall as the first. We're going to get a good Devouring Maw though, landing on the Leoric, stopping him coming out. Good phase shift onto the Sylvanas, keeping her alive. Hammer doing all the damage he needs to, really. Going to get condemned, slowed down by the Jaina, push him away, but I feel like a pony might fall. Just going to siege up and start to do damage. Jaina almost falling, Brightwing not able to keep the Hammer alive. Meanwhile, Sylvanas has come back in, Blink heal onto her, try and keep her alive. Gonna get picked up by one last right click by either Zagara or the Mutalisk, and that is going to be a 4-for-2 trade here in favour of Polando Boys. Brightwing being the only survivor, and Jaina's gonna really luckily get out. The team captain there, I've forgotten his name already, Zrokawayne, sorry. with fantastic positioning, able to escape that. Level 20 coming out. You have upgraded Blessed Shield coming out of Johanna, which is very unusual. Normally we'll see Indestructible. Double Bolt of the Storm, very predictable. Storm Shield and Nexus Frenzy, all very usual talents to take. Mid-Temple currently being taken by PoorLifeChoices, as all of their heroes are pretty healthy, all the ones that are alive. But now that Polando boys are coming back all full health and full life and mana and healthy, they're just having to back off and let this mid and top temple go, really. Best thing I think PoorLifeChoices can do at this point is come back and take this mid temple, which looks like what they're going to do, but Polando boys not committing to this top temple, committing to just take what they need to. In fact, the mid temple is going to be completely taken. So there's no contestation there. Now it's all a fight for this top temple. Reyna doing a lot of damage to the Leoric there, despite not having Giant Killer. And we are going to get this 5-on-5 fight. A pony trying to set up, doesn't set up where he wants to, has a little change. He's going to get this ambush and graduating range, although he's going to get caught out here by the Condemned. Not quite hit by the roots, but the Blessed Shield coming out. The Malfurion doing what he can to stay alive. Ice blocks with that Tranquility. He's going to keep him alive. The Sonya's not able to pick him off despite the Envenom going on him. That means the Sonya's going to get sandwiched between 5 heroes and die. Yellow Flash on that Leoric. Looks like he's going to take a lot of damage and die. Johanna eats a bit of a Drain Hope, but not able to, and not going to chase the Leoric as a result. Meanwhile, the Brightwing's going to get stunned by the Reyna and die. So the Varnus is doing what he can to escape Saber, and Zagara has picked up most of the rest of that top temple and is just going to in fact ignore it and come to try and push this top keep. Meanwhile, the rest of Polando boys has taken the middle keep and they are just pushing for the win at this point. We're 17.5 minutes into the game. They're effectively all full health, mostly full mana, and that is going to be GG well played by Polando boys for game number 1. And congratulations to them. I'm going to already put that update on the stream. GG.
So yeah, very strong push on at the end there by Polando boys. Interesting to see that he does not favour the Giant Killer on Reyna. That's three games now, 2 games now. We see him on Reyna with the without taking the Giant Killer. Yeah, and he much prefers the penetrating round, double charges and the stun. It's a very, very strong build, and we saw it doing a lot of work there to stun out the Sonya and the Brightwing and the Leoric. Yeah. But he does lack the Giant Killer. However, against the Leoric doesn't actually have that much health. He just has a lot of healing, a lot of sustain. Yeah, he's so Giant Killer is not necessarily the best choice versus the Leoric compared to a Muradin or